Hey everyone, Miacidae here, welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. So today we're finishing up the videos for the, well, it goes by a few names. The class here is called the Fear Eternal, however the mod itself is called the Springtrap. It's been a fun thing so far, trying it out on my own, leveling it up. However, just so everyone knows, this is a class that you have to beat the boss first to be able to get. It was really fun, I really enjoyed the boss. It's a gimmick boss, once again, but who doesn't enjoy those every once in a while? And if you don't lean into the gimmicks, you're gonna have a bad time with that boss. But that being said, we're gonna take him for a ride today. Because if you didn't see the video where I went over, like, everything he has, the trinkets, the skills, all that jazz, the, like, main hero spotlight part, he's a hero that does a lot of damage to himself, the party, and especially the enemy. So we're going to see what he can do, show him off a little bit. So with that being said, let's go over the team for today, kind of give a outline of what should happen, and then we're going to go into the ruins, beat up some skeletons. So the Fear Eternal, I don't believe has a canon name. He may, but I think he is based off of Five Nights at Freddy's, and I don't know that game too well. So I don't know which character this even is. Someone can put that down in the comments. Maybe I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll even play the game if I get enough comments. Anyway, his first attack we're going to be using is Dismantle Victim. This can be used on ranks 1 and 2. It can only be used from ranks 1 and 2. Like most of his attack skills, that's why he's in rank 1. This has plus 25 armor piercing, plus 50% damage if he's attacking something above half health, plus 30 crit if he's attacking something below half health. It's going to be doing a lot of damage. His other attack, Infernal Swing, 4 target AoE. It does less damage the further back the hit is, so more damage versus rank 1, less damage versus rank 4. It does plus 50% damage if the Fear Eternal is afflicted. It does 50 armor piercing. All heroes will get 10 stress every time I use this, so I can afflict people very, very quickly. It also does 15 damage to all of my heroes, including Fear Eternal. But just to show this, almost 2 hits and the Silent is almost at death's door. That's why I'm bringing 2 healers. Otherwise, we have Follow Me as a heal for the Fear Eternal. Has a 3-round cooldown, heals him for 30% of his max health, buffs himself for 5 max HP, 7 crit, and 20% healing received, but he does 20 damage to someone on my team. I may switch in some of these other skills just to show them off, but I want to use this as a just in case for the skill I mainly want to use, and then we'll get a baseline for how this is going to go. Then we have Death by Fire, which is a free action but only 1 use per battle. He enters Death's Door, he gains an additional action, he gains a block, he cures any blight and horror, and he does a plus 150% damage at Death's Door for 2 rounds. So if he does Infernal Swing, he then uses that block, but does a heck of a lot more damage in that AoE. Or he can just entirely dismantle someone with Dismantle Victim. We'll have to see how this works. Now I do want to point out that he has a very, very fitting quirk called Betrayer. Chance to backstab a companion or make their own call. We'll see how often this pops off because it hasn't been very much yet, so you know it's going to in this video. For his trinkets, we have the Old Uniform, plus 10% monster surprise chance, minus 10% chance to be surprised, plus 30% damage, and plus 50 crit on the first round, so Dismantle Victim can probably do a lot of dismantling, and plus 100% stress dealt on the first round. Shadow of Death, on monster kill we'll stealth ourselves, on monster kill other heroes get a 6 for 1 horror, and on monster kill we'll get a 50 crit while we're stealth, meaning we're almost a guaranteed crit on subsequent rounds. Next up, Silent. I wasn't sure who to pair with this because I wanted to run double healer, so it was like who can do damage without outshadowing the Fear Eternal, and I just kind of went with the Silent just because, well, she can kind of line things up for him really, really quickly, and I might be able to just round 2 everything. So we're mainly going to be using Poisoner's tools here, focusing either on Corpse Explosion or just, yeah, that sounds about right. Maybe Piercing Wail, we'll see. Her trinkets are going to be, for her trinkets, we're going to have the Specimen here. So on monster kill, all monsters get bladed 3 for 3. But then we also have the Twisted Funnel. For the first round, on attack hit, the entire enemy party gets bladed 4 for 3. So with the right combo, we do a lot of blighting. Next up are our 2 healers, so they're not going to be doing too much here because they're going to be more focused on keeping everyone alive because the damage the Fear Eternal is probably going to be doing to us. Amethyst, the Milkmaid, Calmness Kindness is a 3-7 heal with a 6 for 1 restoration. Glimmering Butterflies, Emergency, 2 for 3 heal, Clear Stun and Mark, can't crit heal. We do have Dust Breath for a 4 for 3 blight, minusing protection. We do have Celestial Javelin as a 4 for 3 blight. I don't expect to be using those much. We have the Conjuring Manju, so she takes plus 33% damage, but also does 33% more healing and restoration. Amethyst Head for 40% more restoration. Then we have Junia, the Vestal. We're mainly going to be using Divine Grace, Divine Comfort, because we have Scripts of the Divine, so she does minus 3 flat healing done, but every friendly skill she does is plus 15% damage and 1 crit, meaning the Fear Eternal does a lot more. And then Tome of Holy Healing, Divine Grace does plus 3 healing, Divine Comfort plus 2 healing, and on attack hit, other heroes get healed for 2. I do have Judgment as an attack, I do have Illumination if needed, but once again, I don't think we'll be using those. So with that being said, all the food, and then we'll just kind of see what kind of comes here and go from there. We're going to be taking Ladunum just because the whore, and that's a full inventory of stuff. Let's see what happens. Now we have the Husk, or the Shard Jester. That's going to be a fun fight with us.
Pace out the halls of your lineage.
Explore 90% of rooms, so going right.
Now, foreign.
Map inside. Hey guys, how you doing? So gonna Dust Breath these guys. Blighting them. Fear Eternal is probably gonna go last because of the 0 speed. Comfort to plus damage. Oh, he's not dead last. If we do Infernal Swing, that's up to 31 damage on the Invigorated Armor, 22 on the Gargoyle, 9 to 19, and then 8 to 16. Bop.
Eradicated.
I'd say 20 damage. Hey, we got an Aegis.
The horror.
Gargoyle goes down. Poisoner Tool. Corpse Explosion, Gargoyle, then we blight out the Lancer.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the...
That's a fun turn 1. Take the Sapphire. I think we can leave the rest.
So too will resistance.
Torch. I think I gotta be careful with that one. Oh, I didn't think you guys would be here. Definitely want that Observer gun. We are going to... Corpse Explosion can't take anyone out. So the Twisted Funnel lands before Catalyst does. So let's throw that on the Bone Lancer.
Impressive.
Everyone's blighted. 14, 4, 4, 4. We're gonna heal. We're gonna heal that. I guess we can Celestial Javelin the Royalty. I think he goes down to Blight. Divine Comfort, heal everyone, get plus damage. We're gonna Dismantle, hitting the Observer. Oh.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Well, that was a waste. Haha, you missed. He's gonna get a riposte now and a guard. That's fine. Healing everyone, getting the plus damage.
War can be healed, but never hidden.
Tools of the trade. Let's do Piercing Wail here, lower their damage. Healing up again.
Momentary abatement.
I don't think I can hit them, but we can Dust Breath. Blighting. I don't like Possess, but it does get rid of him. Resisted the quirk. Well, he goes down to Blight next turn. 95 to hit the Invigorated armor. Lights out.
The weapon that cuts on its own.
And Corpse Explosion.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
That wasn't bad at all. Buff for 15 dodge. We'll throw that on the silence so we don't have to worry about her too much. And I think we'll continue on along. We'll get rid of the claustrophobia. I think it's kind of funny that he has Betrayer on him. We'll keep that on him for now. And Torch. And Fight. Ooh, the Towering Golem. Okay, Divine Comfort. I kind of want to see how a combo's going to work.
Influence of skill and purpose.
We're going to Catalyst onto the Towering Golem because we... Ooh. It's a 50-50. Resist. Healing up on herself before Celestial Javelining on the Grotesque. So 14 Blight on it. We're going to see how Death by Fire goes. So we have 150 damage at Death's Door. My max HP is set to 0 for 1 round, so we can't heal right now, but we can Infernal Swing. Oh, it has damage reflection right now. Oh, that was not part of the plan. I guess we're just going to dismantle Victim. We do plus... Just dismantle Victim. 40 damage reflect, we block that. We get our extra action for later. I was really hoping to get my action.
Another life wasted in the pursuit of glory and gold.
That didn't go as planned. I should have known because they had that speed, but... Whoops. New Fear Eternal here. Yes, for those wondering, you can get a Fear Eternal in the Stagecoach. I'm leaving that death in there for a reason, because I also saw that in the comments a lot of people were acting very butthurt about that they thought that the Fear Eternal could only be gotten from the town event. No, you can also get them, as you can kind of see, I have backups from the Stagecoach. In fact, if I go right here, it would have been really cool if I had one in there. But no, I didn't take video of it, but you can get the Fear Eternal just like the Dragon Saintess, who's also not there, in the Stagecoach. Your first one just comes from after that event. And yes, you do have to level them up from level 0 unless you get them in the Stagecoach, in which case they go up to level 3, I believe it is, unless you have a mod that says otherwise. That's just because of Darkest Dungeon coding. Town events bring them in at level 0. I don't think there's a way around that. But now that that little hiccup is out of the way, we're gonna try this again. I didn't realize that using Death by Fire would put you at 0 health for an entire round. And I didn't realize that enemy that I was fighting had damage reflection already, which also was the other nail in that coffin. So we'll be a little more careful with him, but as you can see, I want the camping skills. But as you can see, he can do a lot of damage to everyone very quickly, including himself, including his allies. But he can delete things very quickly if you want. So with that being said, let's go for try 2. Let's get this done.
The fiends must be driven back.
Going to the right.
And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line?
Oh, we stepped on a trap already.
Mechanical hazards.
Torch up.
Possessed by evil intent.
Now this shouldn't be bad. So healing up on Amethyst. Then we're gonna Dust Breath and try to blight these two. Got 1, got 2. Damage up on everyone's trinkets are the exact same as earlier. Catalyst, we're gonna hit the Unholy Fountain. Blighted everyone. Except the Crusader, that's fine. We are going to do Infernal Swing because that's going to do probably enough damage. Well, if we crit enough damage to take out Crusader, if we crit enough damage to take out Bone Royalty, also does a bunch of damage to the fountain.
Destroyed.
When he crits, it looks like he gets an Aegis.
Fight. Falters.
Dodged that. And now we can recover from that. Tools of the Trade. Neutralizing for plus crits received. Topping up. Comet's Kindness to heal up more. Divine Comfort to heal everyone, increasing damage.
In the fevered pitch of
And then Dismantle Victim. He blights for 24, he's down.
the bigger the beast, the greater the
Take
glory.
Comet Shards, take the Sapphire, take the Onyx. Just use those for now, I'm not too interested in the other things. Going back. Taking the sack. And dodge the trap so we don't get an extra fight. Torch up, take the sack. Yeah, we don't need the gold. I'd rather have the supplies. Going down.
Watch your step.
Healing up a tad. Torch. Well, I guess we don't have to go to the right, but battle room up here with hallway battle. We can medicinal herb this for some loot, see if we get any fun gems. We got some
Finding
extra
the stuff
food.
is only the first test.
Anti-venom.
Now it must be carried home.
I forgot that stacked up like that. Torch up, go to the left.
Radiance, may we find victory.
Books are bad. Battle is... Oh, hey, Hellions. Or Wildlanders, rather. We are going to heal up. And then Dust Breath blighting these two. Tools of the Trade. Catalyst, blighting the Hellion. Blighting everyone. Divine Comfort, healing everyone, upping our damage. And then I can only hit the Wildlander Hellion with this, which I would probably take them out considering the 24 Blight. However, Infernal Swing.
Their formation is broken.
And now the Corvid's gone, which I really don't like. And we get a block.
The horror.
Solar Imbuement, I forget what this does.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its
Another
own.
down. They get plus protection, that's fine. Fury, the old ones, they're just buffing themselves. Another one down.
By inches.
And, well, another one's going down soon. Topping up. Topping up.
The wounds of war can be healed. but never hidden.
Tools of trade. Just gonna wail at them so I might get another chance to heal. And Divine Comfort. Bye-bye.
The slow death.
Take the food, take torch,
Unforgiving.
take gold, leave the boss, we don't need those. This is so weird. The Altar of Light. Holy water it. Get the extra damage on the Fury Eternal for 60% damage for 3 rounds. That's for 3 rounds. He does have some damage for the entire quest. Or until camp, but heal up. I'm gonna Dust Breath these two. Probably should have done that at the Doomtooth, but that's fine. Tools of Trade. Let's do Catalyst because I need to do this on turn 1. And hit Doomtooth.
A singular strike.
Got him blighted. 14, everyone else got a 4. Upping our damage.
The wounds of war can be healed,
75% damage.
but never hidden.
Hey, you missed. Alright, I want to try this again. Yes, Bear, do you need food? Come on. This is going to do the most damage on turn 1, so I want to see what it can do. We're going to do Death by Fire. This gives us a block, just in case. We have plus 150% damage at Death's Door, and plus 75% damage and 3 crit. So we have 54% chance to crit. 89 crit, they move forward. Then we're going to do Follow Me. Healing up, because now we have health that we can heal. And heal for 18. Little lost lamb. Stop him! Now, I could have done a lot more there, but I wanted to get off of Death's Door. Corpse Explosion won't take anyone out. But will Glass Knife. Up to 18, 21 to 27. And because we hit him down, blight everyone else.
Them all.
You hit a block. Healing up.
Compassion is a rarity in the
I'm gonna trigger the Doomtooth, which now gets bladed out because 21 blight. Healing everyone.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
And dismantle.
Decimated.
With multiple healers, his backlash isn't horrible. I'm almost tempted to throw in a stress healer because of what he's doing as well. I'm gonna throw the dexterity potion on her, taking what we can, just for the gigglies. Actually, if I recall right, everything he does is plus stress and horror to everyone else. So he doesn't really have... But I should camp in this. Do I have a way to mitigate stress? Humble Apology. If mortality debuffs minus 25% stress. No one has that. Because when he goes down, he doesn't get that. If religious, minus stress. If not, minus stress. So we can do a little bit with him, I think. Didn't camp, but there shouldn't be too many battles left. Soul Firewood will take the key, just so we can open that. Feast for the health and the stress.
Steel oneself against the coming horrors.
We're going to Sanctuary to prevent nighttime ambush. Actually, no one else does that better, right? Nah, it doesn't look like it. Humble Apology for the stress. If you're a monster, what's he? I love how he's just black right now. Or, like, shadowed out. And you can see the glowing eyes because he's stealthed. Chant for the stress. Oh, that's one companion. Sanctuary, prevent nighttime ambush. I was gonna go with the damage reflection on him, and Caltrops would make that even worse. So Caltrops for the damage reflection. And then we can lower the torch and do You'll Never Be Alone. So he does more crit and more damage. And we can do just a bite to give him flat damage, max HP, and minus crit received on Junia. I'm wondering, we cannot medicinal herb that off. Very nice. I appreciate that touch.
The way is lit.
Now,
The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
I'm gonna put on Spring Locked, and yeah, we'll keep Death by Fire on. Unlocking this, 150 or 1,500 gold, and on we go. That 7 damage is gonna go a lot further, or I guess it's 13.
With a singular purpose.
Actually, shift click to reduce torch. We want it below 50. We're gonna go down. Hey, Bandit Treasure, and then Cutthroats.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
So this is actually gonna hurt a lot, but I think I have a plan. 2 damage reflection.
Injury and
More than 2.
set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
AoE, damage on all AoEs. Divine... Actually, can we just do the minus dodge on him? Let's do the minus dodge on him. Healing up.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
I'm gonna Celestial Javelin the Treasurer so he doesn't get away. If that blights him, he goes away. Tools of the Trade. We're gonna Corpse Explosion him. Because then if we take him out, all enemies get bladed for 3, and then all enemies get bladed for 4, and then all enemies get bladed for 6.
As the fiend falls,
13, 13, 13. Why are you going for rank 4? And then you're bleeding her.
facing the abyss.
Crying already, are we? Spring Lock, 15 damage to him. However, every hit he gets a healing dot, and I'm curious to see how much that's for. Do not blanket fire, please.
Another
So much
life
for that.
wasted in the pursuit of glory.
It's a 5 for 2. Very dangerous character to use. As you can see, I've had 2 deaths now. One
This
on
is
him,
how a life is taken.
one on the allies, just because of how I've been trying to use the skills, and that's kind of been like 1-2s every single time. And while, yes, I'm technically putting them in that situation, it's very, very hard to mitigate.
Eradicated. Seize this momentum.
Take the
Push on
potion,
to the
taking my
task's
trinkets
end.
back. I have a big game trophy. We're still gonna want to be in the shadows. So I think we can get rid of some torches for the rare antiques. And we'll be fine. Nice restoration there to heal him.
A handsome reward
Take the food.
for a task well performed.
In fact, we can heal with some of this food, because only these 2 are going to eat. Torching. Going in. We're in the shadows once again. Ooh, Lost Rabble, Punisher, Cleric Errant. Healing Amethyst.
Momentary abatement.
We are going to Celestial Javelin the Punisher because he can heal these 2. And I want him down first. Guarding the Levies, or the Rabble. We're going to Catalyst him. I think we have like a 70. Alright, there we go. 24 damage on him. 2 for Reflect, that's nice. Uprising, they get a buff and they cure debuffs, I believe. That is 20 damage for and 12 accuracy for 3 rounds. Springlock, get them going at him. Riot. Well, now she's at death's door.
At the very precipice of oblivion.
Amethyst? Luminous. There we go. Haven't had that one in a while. That's not one I've seen. We're going to Corpse Explosion the Punisher, because when he goes down, it blights the other 2.
Give them no quarter.
There we go. Bladed for 7, bladed for 13. Emergency heal yourself. And then Comet's Kindness yourself, as a just in case you get hit again, you have the resto on you. I was going to say speaking of which, but Uprising, they're buffing themselves again. And then they're going to get an action out of that. I'm not going to use Infernal Swing. However, what I could do is Death by Fire to get my damage up considerably. Because a crit would take him out right now. Actually, it's going to go to the Cleric Errant. But I have 25 armor piercing, so he'd take 25 less. He'd have 30. Yeah, Death by Fire. Restoration's still going to be there. I have 2 blocks. He goes down to Blight on his action. They hit a resto. I heal for 5. Reflect, go. I'm really tempted to use the Infernal Swing to hit them, but that's not going to do what I want. I could use his move skill, which I forgot to cover, which would heal himself, but that's not going to hit a corpse. So I guess just dismantle and not hit. Okay, he goes down to Blight. Crit resto, awesome. Healing up.
Momentary abatement.
And then if she does Corpse Explosion on him, they get bladed for more. So I guess Comet's Kindness to heal up.
Confidence surges.
Or that happens. So 6 Blight. We're going to change the cursor tools. Up the crits received.
A decisive
by critting them. Uprising. And as long as I hit for 20, we're good.
A victory.
I think he got
That's
that.
a turning point.
I take the Onyx. Don't need the Leather Brace, don't need the Crust. We're good. Quest complete. And I even forgot about the block potion there. So, I mean, overall, he's a very risky character. He can set himself up or his party up for a lot of situations that can just snowball very, very quickly, as you've seen twice now. I have fun with them. You do have to be careful with them. You don't have to be using these skills. You don't have to be using those camping skills. I'm just going to throw this out here. If you just went like spring locked, and had healers for him when he's spring locked. Dismantle Victim, Merciless Mockery, Practice Art, he doesn't hurt his allies. You don't have to use his camping skills other than maybe lurk nearby for the Prevent Nighttime Ambush, and it's very, very cheap Prevent Nighttime Ambush. He's hardly doing anything to his allies, and he's doing a lot of damage. If I didn't have Shadow of Death on, he wouldn't even be doing stress to my heroes. I could easily have something else on. Practice Arts, he does a lot of bleed. We very quickly add that up. We do Spring Locked. He might do a negative quirk to the allies, but he gives himself a healing riposte. Merciless Mockery, just make sure it doesn't hit someone that's above half health. Very easy to do. That's usually how you use marks anyway, unless you're on a boss or like a very high priority, very big target. Usually the only targets that I would mark that that would be below 50% health are bosses and size 2s that are generally like either wandering mini bosses or wandering rare enemies. Sometimes those have above like 100 health. Sometimes even just 70, so they'd be like at 35 to 40 health. And then you want that mark damage to take them out in the next hit because they are very dangerous. Memory's failing me on if there's any size 1 enemies that are like that, but there might be some size 1 enemies along those lines as well. There are situations where you want to hit an enemy that's below 50% health with this, in which case, okay, you do a little bit of stress. And then otherwise, Dismantle Victim doesn't do anything. To your allies. Practice Arts doesn't do anything. Spring Locked only does damage to himself, which you can heal. You don't have to use Follow Me, which damages yourself. You don't have to use Death by Fire, which is very, very risky. You're getting 1 block for potentially getting rid of all your health. And you don't have to use Infernal Swing to damage your enemy. And actually, I haven't checked this. I used Follow Me a while ago, so that's for a few battles. Oh no, I'm actually getting the max HP from Join Me for a Bite, ain't I? Okay. So the max HP from Follow Me isn't even really for that long. So duly noted as well. So just be careful while you're playing with them. Make sure, even if you have the dual healers like I did, things can happen very quickly with him. But otherwise, he's a fun hero. I like risk-reward heroes. And he's obviously one of them, where he can body things very, very quickly, but he can also stress your heroes out very quickly depending upon trinkets or the skills you use. He can hurt them very quickly if you use the wrong skill or, you want to use that skill. And he can also take himself out very quickly if you use the wrong combo like I showed earlier. But otherwise, very fun class by Man of God. If you get used to using him, I'm sure he's more intuitive, and you can get used to just like circumventing the drawbacks a lot easier, or if you just put the right trinket combo on him. For an example, I never used Harvest Remnant, even though I had the ability to, just because I never thought of doing it. So once you play him a little bit more, it's probably a little more intuitive. I just have been playing him for like all of a day, so it didn't click in my head. But great job by Man of God and team. If you're interested in the boss battle or the class, go check out the Springtrap mod. If you like it, leave some comments for Man of God and their team. I'm sure they'd enjoy that with all the criticism they've been getting for this mod, because I enjoyed it a lot. I hope someone else will enjoy it. And I hope they continue to work on this, because I saw in the comments that they might be updating this for some class quests. And I haven't seen anything about that yet, despite having multiple high levels. So I'm not sure if I just missed it for some reason. They haven't come out with it yet. They're working on it. I hope that they are going to continue making that. And then that'll be it for this time. Once again, I think I said this in one of the other 2 videos, but it bears repeating. If you're curious of why I'm doing a video on the Fear Eternal, or the Springtrap mod, it was heavily requested by a few of my members. It also very much interested me because it was from the same modder that did the Great Hunt mods that I've really been liking, so putting those 2 together, I thought, why not do a spotlight on them? It is worth mentioning that this is not one of the Great Hunts, but it is by the same people that are doing the Great Hunts. And if you're interested in becoming a member that can participate in the polls that sometimes decide the videos that I do for things like this, every few videos, it's not every single video, but it is probably every 2 or every 3 videos that I do that is a spotlight. The members help decide. Click the join button down below. There's also early access to all my videos. Darkest Dungeon videos get 1 day early usually. The Spotlight videos get 3 to 4 days early. And there's a bunch of other perks that'll be described down below. It also gets you some perks while I'm streaming, because I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays. But if you don't want to become a member, or if you can't afford to become a member because these times are kind of rough, Don't sweat it because these videos will be available to everyone eventually. They're just typically early access videos. And otherwise, I suppose that'll be it for this time. I really had fun with the Fury Eternal. Hopefully you will too. And as always, I wish you all well. I'll see you next time, and please have a good one.